Yeah. All right, let's make this quick because it's fucking hot.
It's gonna be a quick podcast.
Are we recording already?
The motherfucker really is sweating already. I'm fucking menopause or what? How flash?
Take off your hat, dog. Take off your shirt.
It's hot.
Take off your pants.
See what? You see, this is. See, this is. I don't feel safe.
La da 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 do, la da da da.
All right. Normally I have a question to start off the podcast. Oh, I do. Okay.
deal?
You're in a movie. You got to shoot a gun at somebody. All right. And you do, and that person dies because that gun has a real bullet in it.
Okay, Alec Baldwin.
Do you think you should go to jail?
That's gonna be an extensive fucking trial. I'll tell you that. Like,
You gonna fight it?
You motherfuckers better figure out who the fuck loaded that shit with real bullets.
Okay, so the person who pulled the trigger is not responsible in that situation.
That's a fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's
right?
Fucked up.
I don't,
okay, as a chick's family, like what do you what?
Oh, as the family, like what?
How do you get justice? I think you never really do, you know. But
yeah,
the person's
justice
gone regardless.
Justice is really a weird perspective. Not to bring up OJ again, but
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
No.
When Ron Goldman Sr. or the dad with the mustache was always like blah 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 blah, I always sympathized with them because I was like, if anybody else was saying the shit that he said. Matter of fact, Rosie O'Donnell, you know her?
Yeah.
She used to, in the 90s, she was funny as fuck. And I loved her.
Yeah.
But then she said some anti-OJ shit, and I was like, oh, I'm done with this.
What'd she say?
I can't remember. I just remember it was enough for me to be like, nah, never mind. She ain't that funny. Right? And so, but when Goldman would just be like, he needs to ride my son, blah, blah, I'd be like, okay, that dude just needs some justice. So I don't know how somebody like
He needs some justice.
What we're talking about is the Alec Baldwin case on the Rust shooting, the shooting of the making. He shot the shooting on the shooting of the making of the movie Rust. He shot the camera person because he was shooting his gun like this, wow, and then so it's like, but if there was me, I was like, y'all better figure this out.
Isn't that crazy, dude? Like how that's an accidental shooting, right?
Yeah,
and the guy died, right?
Lady.
And there's the lady died, whatever. There's gangbang. There's fucking drive-by shootings. Motherfuckers get hit 5 times, they don't die, dog. And one accidental shooting, and that guy's gone.
Yeah,
that's
the right spot, I guess.
No, and freak random
or wrong.
Yeah,
I seen people like, dude, that's sad. That's really sad. Like, yeah, who's liable for that?
No, like it wouldn't be me. I'd be like, who? Stop bleeding. Who loaded this gun? Stop bleeding. Who loaded this gun? And that would just be it. Because I wouldn't. Yeah. But as far as justice goes, I would hope that. What if someone said, you know what, I really don't give a fuck about justice because there's no justice that's gonna replace my loss. I'm just gonna look for peace.
That's all within you.
That's what the justice system is built for. What heals all wounds? Time.
Do you think justice system is for healing?
I mean, it's not. Technically, they want you to. What happens when you tend to forget, after like somebody goes to prison for 10 years, 20 years for murder, you don't think the same in 10, 20 years. Really? I'm talking about the victims. Oh, I'm talking about the family who survived. I'm sorry, the surviving victims.
Surviving victims.
And some of them just like oh, it's they can't bring him back. So, he's out now, but if it's some kind of healing, but it doesn't heal no more. It's never going to be the same.
And there are those who don't heal. Like, they stay bitter.
We're all different.
Yeah, they stay bitter. And no judgment. Because it's really hard. Healing is a everyday struggle.
Journey.
Struggle, straining.
I had a... No, never mind.
Watch. It's magic. I'll lead over it.
She's My daughter, I was on the phone with my 11-year-old daughter, and she was doing that. Plug it back in.
She's tearing up equipment, dog. With her fucking little skateboard.
Put it back in.
That's what she said. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, my daughter, we were on FaceTime. As long as it takes you, that's fine. But we were FaceTiming.
You heard that pop?
Yeah. We were FaceTiming, and she's like, Daddy, remember this? It start just like you. Just start forgetting about what we were talking about. Just doing the 2 fingers.
What were we talking about?
Peace and
kidding.
justice and
Peace.
stuff. So I would.
Peace is a mindset, dude. Just like happiness, just like any feeling. If you want to be happy, just be happy.
Sometimes it's not that easy.
Every time a fighter
No,
tells
it
me
is.
that they're going through tough times or something, that they'd have a loss or they're going through challenges in life, I always tell them, bro, time has a way of healing all wounds. You know, like, just be patient. Right now, the way you feel right now, you'll not feel like that tomorrow. You know, and every day is some new day. So yeah, it's difficult, man. It's difficult, but like she said, it is. What did you say? It's a peace of mind or
It's a mindset. It's
So,
a state
mindset.
of mind.
I want to tell you the next time a fighter says, "Hey, I'm going through a hard time," what I want you to say is the following: "Tell me about it."
What for?
Because that's what sometimes people need to
Needs to
talk.
hear.
They need to
That's what-
talk.
They could talk to Maggie about that.
Okay, I know those. I know both these two. Okay, and I love them both to death. But when you go, oh man, it's dark right now. They'll tell you the turn on light, motherfucker.
We're in the fight business. I mean, of
Yeah.
course we're gonna tend to your wounds real quick, but heal up fast and let's go.
Yeah, that is true. And you kind of owe that speed to yourself.
Of course.
You know, it's like okay, you've fallen. I remember one time I was sad and I was on the phone with my aunt and I was crying, and she just goes, "Okay, it's." She says something to the effect of, "Time to stop crying." And I was like, that. It was so blatant, such a blatant sentence that I heard it, and I was like, "Wow, I guess it is."
It is. I mean, that's how we got raised, right? Like,
No. We got raised with, "I'll give you something to cry."
Of course.
I got raised
And
with,
I
"I'll
like
give you
that.
something to cry about." No, that's bad.
it wasn't bad.
Because
Why
it's just
is it
gonna.
bad?
It's just you're just adding to what the kid is already crying about.
I fucking snapped out of it.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
You know, that's why I am the way I am.
I get it, and I love you for being who you are. But what I'm saying is sometimes people need to cry a little bit. There is a time for crying, but then you got to stop crying.
My dad would tell me all the time when he was going to hit me, discipline me. Let me rephrase that. If you discipline me. Oh. And my dad made me put my hands on the table, and he would tell me, if you move your hands from the table, it was always going to be 2 lashes. But if you move your hands from the table, you're going to add to it.
Really?
I always ended up like at 12 or 13, bro. Like trying to, I was always trying to grab the belt like it was going to deflect the impact, but it spun. The belt has a way of spinning around your fucking hand when you grab it. It just like that little whip to your nalgas.
I remember once, and this was the last beating my mother gave me. I was 17, and it was a broomstick she gave me.
Damn, you were 17?
I came home late, something mouthed off to her, and she grabbed the broom, was like, blah, blah. And my mom's 5'2", a buck nine, maybe. And I took the broomstick, and I broke it just over my knee. Like, what you gonna do now?
Oh, you dumb motherfucker, though.
She took both the pieces from me
course.
and just Jeff Speakman to my ass.
Steven Seagal, you?
Jeff Speakman.
Oh, who's that?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll check him out.
Same time frame. But Jeff Speakman had.
Do you guys know who Jeff Speakman is? Because I don't know who the
They'll
fuck
look
that
him
is.
up. Google Jeff Speakman. It sounds like it
Was
sounds.
he in any movies?
Yeah, he had one movie.
Thank
but
you.
It was with
Steven
the
Seagal's
sticks.
better with the sticks.
Steven Seagal is horrible.
He sold more movies.
True.
I know who
His
Steven Seagal
movies.
is.
His movies were the bomb though.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That is true. His movies were the bomb.
I got hit with the stick too, but I didn't break it, dog. They would have broke my head. I was 15. I shaved my head bald headed.
Yeah.
And my mom pulled up, dude. She saw me bald headed, and she had no fucking fucks given. She grabbed the nearest fucking broom.
Just because you went bald?
Yeah, it was a gangster thing.
Okay, so it was because you joined the gang, not because you went
I was
bald.
already in the gang. We went with the bald look, and we all shaved our head to look insane. And she saw me. She hit me so hard I had a little fucking knot on my head. For a while. I really look insane with bald head and a fucking knot.
I got a picture too because I did that in college where we all we all shaved our heads like as a freshman year as a group.
Were you in a gang?
No, it was it was basically I was just trying to be down with a clique. But
That's the same shit we were in.
Yeah, but you guys didn't have
Our
classes.
clique was called Insane Boys.
Yeah, see, we were just called Hampton University.
Yeah, facts.
Oh, God.
Were you the only black kid on your gang?
Token.
Fun fact, I was the only black kid in my first gang.
I knew it.
But that wasn't a gang. That was at a black cop. That was at the HBCU.
Okay.
And when I was in high school, what the frick did we call it? I can't remember. But like years later, we were just like, I was like, holy shit. They were like, what? I was like, I was the only black kid in our gang. And they're like, fuck.
In high school too?
No, it was just like we didn't even do shit. It was just kids being bored. And,
Maggie was like one of the few Hispanics in her school too.
yeah, because you went to Point Loma.
Show did.
How was that experience?
It's different. I always went to school in Point Loma. Like Point Loma, for those people who don't know, is like definitely predominantly white neighborhood.
I'd say 90%, no?
Yeah, if not more. But
Yeah.
yeah, I learned English in kindergarten, and I was like one of the few. Actually, I have a picture when I was in kindergarten.
You show that on the.
If she sends it to me, I'll post
yeah,
that up.
everybody is pretty much white. There's like a couple here and there. They're like brown faced. Well, I was one of them. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. But it's crazy because I always got bussed in, so I always lived like in the hood, but went to school in a white neighborhood.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was I got like a weird dichotomy, right? Like
How come they didn't put you in San Diego High? Because you were smart, huh?
allegedly. My mom thinks it's because I was very smart. They recruited me. I went to school on 28th. There's called the New Life Church, the preschool, and
Sound like a church.
yes.
She did say church right now.
No, churches like their side. All churches right now, their side business is preschool.
Preschool.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Yep. So yeah, I went and they after that they told me, oh, she qualifies for this fucking magnet program, and I told them, I was like, Mom, I think they just wanted to diversify. I don't think they picked me because I was smart. I didn't know English, so there was that. But I don't know.
You said all that as a kindergartner in Spanish.
Huh?
You said all that in Spanish as
You
a
said that when you were
kindergartner?
older or when you were small?
No, I said that like recently. Not
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, reflectively.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was a smart ass kid, huh?
Yeah.
But this shit goes somewhere else, dog. MIT and shit.
Yep. So, but yeah, it was an interesting experience.
Nah, yeah, that was all. Like, I went from one extreme to the other because Franklin, Massachusetts, like when I moved there, you had the Irish on one side of the town, the Italians on the other side of the town, and my black family moved dead center. Like, and there was me and maybe, because I remember there was maybe 2.5 other black kids.
2.5.
Well, he was half.
Obama?
Oh.
But no, he was half. Great kid. We still friends to this day. But it was like, that was it. And everything else was just white.
Yeah.
And then somehow, like, it was early 90s. NWA came out. Rap became a big thing. So I had a whole bunch of confusing thoughts. I was like, I'm going to a HBCU. And I got more bullied at the HBCU than I did in the white school.
What's that?
A historically black college university.
You got bullied there all because you're white. No, it makes sense.
Actually, there's more. It's mainly white kids, but.
She's all going in her
Oh,
archives.
no, see, but yeah.
Because
I did not
You gotta
have.
share those.
I'm going to share.
People can see them.
Yeah, I did not have the option. There was no, like, oh, yeah, it was like I knew it was like it was in me. One time I dropped a stink bomb in the hallway, like during class break. And I got called to the office, and the principal looked at me and goes, "They described you."
Yeah, they figured that out quick, dog.
Yeah, they described you.
Like those one word descriptions. Yeah,
I went to a predominantly all Hispanic school, like 90% National City. And I remember one time we had a program for like kids that were getting in trouble and like on the borderline of not finishing school. And this is middle school. And a really good counselor took us to a place at a campsite in Borrego Springs. And I think it was La Jolla High School. La Jolla Middle School. They were out there too. Like they were the brightest kids.
Oh yeah.
We're sharing the same campus.
Was it like the Mexican great debaters?
Yeah, the American debaters. We were like the losers, cholos. Everybody in our fucking a loser. But there was a moment we talked to some of the kids. And they were cool. They were cool. They go, "What school do you guys come from?" "Oh, it's a National City Middle." And one of the kids goes, "Is it true you have to carry a gun at your school?" and obviously it wasn't true, but I said, "Not every day." But it wasn't true, man. We just had ice picks and knives, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, something.
Yeah, we didn't
No
have
big
firepower.
deal.
No firepower at that age. Probably in high school we did, but not in middle school.
They are. California has recently passed a law where they're taking kids' cell phones
That's good.
Great.
in school now. But now they're gonna have to deal with the
The parents or what?
no, the kids and their freaking withdrawal symptoms.
Oh.
Because it's like you can't. It's like, hey, we've taken away all of the crack. The crackheads will be happy, but there's just going to be an adjustment period.
Dang. It's weird though because I don't know, because they're still gonna have them at home. You know.
Well, no, they want the kids to be more focused on face-to-face interaction and paying attention to their education.
Which is what we're lacking, man.
You know, in school, they used to take away our beepers.
Really?
That's how far back I go.
You had I had beepers in college.
I had a beeper in high school.
Yeah,
junior high.
Okay, yeah, because I'm 4 years ahead of you.
And it went beep, 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 beep. The teacher was like, give me that right now and give it to the principal's office. And you had to pick it up after school. Huh?
You didn't have it on vibrate?
No. I wanted to sound cool, you know?
Yeah, when I was in school, I was 16 when I had my first phone was a flip phone.
Yeah.
But
when the picture sucked?
Yeah, my first one didn't even have a camera.
Oh, shit.
But, yeah, your shit would get confiscated.
Yeah.
They couldn't even be seen or heard.
So why have one now?
Yeah.
No, and I think it's good. I think these kids are gonna benefit from it. But like I said, it's that adjustment period.
Yeah.
That like yesterday, it's just I couldn't imagine because they were allowed to live on these things, and then we're just gonna say, all right, now give them in just for like 4.
Why not? You shouldn't be able to take a phone to work either.
To 8. Man,
in the Navy, you're not.
I'm not lying. I agree with you, but do you know how many people like I get just at Chipotle?
Yeah. You have a laptop for work, you know?
No, I'm talking about like when I'm going to like out to eat and somebody's on their phone.
Of course, that's
All
what
right,
I'm
how can I help
saying.
you?
That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be allowed to have it.
But people are.
Dude, in the military. Yeah, it was a big deal too. We got to a point where they wanted to pretty much confiscate them.
Yeah.
Ban them. On deployment, you can't have them. You can't have them on. You're not supposed to have them on.
You're there to protect our fucking country. You on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Wait. Yes. And you can't have them on
the whole time.
There's certain times you can turn it on.
It always has to be on airplane mode for sure. You can't have that shit on. But there's times where you cannot have them on. They'll go around. There's like these detectors that they have that they can detect that like frequency, and you'll get like fucking. If you get picked up, you're pretty much fucked. But not fucked. But you get in trouble for it.
And I get it. And a lot of times it sucks because like the phone is music.
Yeah, that's why usually. But if you're using it for
pictures.
music, yeah, that's fine. But airplane mode.
Yeah,
you can't have that shit.
Yeah, you just can't be transmitting locations because you want to post a TikTok.
Exactly.
Let's get to a little bit of. There's 2 things that we should address in this week's boxing forum. I like doing that. Boxing.
Fucking weirdo.
Let's go with Ryan Garcia first.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, no, he hit a critical point this past weekend.
What did he actually say?
I don't know.
So we're going to criticize him, or we're going to
No, we're not criticizing him at all. We're just going off of what we do know.
But what did they say? That's what I'm saying.
He dropped some in-bombs while live streaming on social media. Hence the problem.
Yeah.
And the WBC. Okay. The WBC said we're done with him. They've expelled him from all events, stuff like that. It just goes back to what we were all saying. But Coach made a good point about the Cat Williams relevancy.
I'm not gonna criticize him or make fun of him if he has mental instability.
Yeah. When you talk about Kanye?
Yeah, so I don't say anything about Kanye anymore. It makes a lot of sense. You can't knock somebody down. It's like making fun of somebody that you shouldn't be making fun of.
Yeah.
I'll make fun of you.
Man, I don't know what he said.
I won't make fun of him.
I don't know what the fuck he said, but let's not act like we go on and not drop it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all say it?
When you call me a beaner all the time.
I do not.
You call me beaner all the time. You know
I do not.
My cousins talk like that all the fucking time, but it's not like being.
But they don't say it like
disrespectfully.
They don't. I mean, it might be disrespectful for them, but they don't say it like.
They
don't throw all the ER in the end,
Nah, they just say it just like dude.
The first time I ever heard.
For me, it's hard to listen to because I grew up in a time where Mexicans act like Mexicans.
According to MSNBC, we might need to just kind of. He didn't do that part. According to MSNBC, he said, "I hate niggas and I'm anti-black."
I don't know. Like, you see, but when you read that,
I wonder what Lawrence King says about that, because Lawrence King is his best friend, dog.
Yeah.
No, and he's on social media and.
Did you see that they asked Floyd? That's why, you know what, Floyd is smart. He's like, they asked Floyd, like, "Oh, Floyd, what do you think?" He's like, no, don't involve me in that shit. Like, I'm not trying to get involved in that negativity. Like, I'm not gonna comment on that,
And that's a good thing. That's honestly what wow, I was like, because I just heard it was like he says the N word, blah blah, and I figured he said it the way you were saying it. Because like I remember, I was working at the AMP in Lemon Grove, and these Hispanic kids like, nah, they get the other one. Yeah, and I just looked at him and said, no. And he's like, all right. But the cat's out of the bag at that point. You know, I'm not a fan of. Matter of fact, last week, I almost forgot. Last week, I got called a bitch ass nigga by some white dude in traffic. You know,
that's not, guys. That's
bitch ass is accurate, but
that's got nothing to do with your race, bro. Trust me.
No, because we were in traffic and he was going north, I was going south, and he was yelling at the guy in front of him, and I was like, mind my own business. And then he started throwing out the N word, bitch ass nigga, and so instinctively I went, hey. And then he just looked at me and was like, you should fuck up, bitch ass nigga. And I was like, oh yeah, this dude is fucking cosplaying. I could turn around and just do something to him, but he's cosplaying and society's fucked up right now. And this is where we are.
You always have the choice of fucking reacting to that shit or not, man.
Shout out to my nephew Raven. We were talking one time and he's Filipino. And I was just like, dude, I don't date Filipino chicks. And he's like, why? I was like, I know they just drip with that N-word. And he was like, yeah. I don't know how it crossed the border.
Because it got popular. You guys made it popular with all the rap songs, though.
Yeah.
I guess so. And
the culture aspect of it, I guess.
That's why it's so hard for me to hear it, because I grew up in the area in a time where Mexicans would just say ese and carnal. And
what happened to the ese?
It's a new breed of kids.
You guys can't write them, but you can say them. Come on. Get it? You can't write an essay, but you can say essay.
I finally got it.
All right.
It's right, though. At least from my point, my perspective.
The smart listeners get it. All right.
Ese.
No, but that was, I mean,
that's spelled different, though.
Here's my
It's a different essay.
Yeah, it's a different essay. Shout out to Pharoah Monk. He had one of the dopest lyrics. He was on his track called "Oh No," and he goes, "I passed more essays through motorcades than motorcades through East LA."
I like that.
Stop it. Okay, stop it.
It's got a magnet on it.
Yeah, so don't put it in your stuff all the time.
Later on, her microphone won't work.
Right.
You're gonna have to call Amar for a new one.
All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my history with that word is just
what word? Essay or
nigga?
I got you.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like validate the last 5
Tell me
10
history.
seconds.
Tell me history.
I tell people, I've been called nigga by white people, ER, but no one has ever hit me with that word with as much hate and denigration as my father.
Ooh,
right?
Have you
That's
read
deep.
that David Goggins book?
Yeah, I'm still reading. Yeah.
Okay, you're there. Yeah.
And so when I got to college, that was the first time I experienced the word as a term of endearment. It was like, yo, that's my nigga. It was at first I was like, oh.
That was a great time.
But it was great. I was like, oh, so this isn't really a bad word. And then fast forward to now, watching TV, movies, listening to rap, most notably Snowfall. It's like when you hear the word, it's us saying the word as they intended it to be used to each other. You see what I mean?
From what I understand, it's like people were like, "No, let's take ownership of that." You know what I mean? And
it was.
We make it not affect us or something.
We claim. See, I've heard that, but I don't
know. I watched this show. I think it was Godfather of Harlem, and it's like based in like early, probably like 60s, and you don't really hear them, using that. So
but you watch Snowfall based in the 90s, and it's like every freaking word.
Yeah, I don't know when it became like a popular thing to say.
I think I believe in the existence of the man. You remember the man? I believe in the existence of the man, and I believe that this is just another intricate part.
A machine or what?
No, the man is this one person making the decisions to hold back parts of society, advance other parts of society.
I believe that. I don't think it's one person. I do think that.
Some people believe in the Illuminati as a group.
Yeah.
I believe in the man as a person.
Yeah, I think it's a group of elites, but maybe there is somebody at the head of the table.
There's always got to be somebody at the head of the table.
Yeah.
So I see, now we're seeing the word used the way they intended it to be used, but it's like they got us using it. So it's like, hey, don't you shoot them. Give them the gun to shoot themselves. You see what I mean? Because instead of it's like I remember Heavy D had this song like, "Who's on the microphone? A bunch of niggas. Who's on the microphone? A bunch of niggas." It was such a dope song. But it's come back from that to now when you hear the words like, "I'll kill a nigga, I'll shoot a nigga." You know, there's this one rapper. I can't remember his name, but I love hearing the line. It's like, if I say I'm gonna kill a nigga, I don't get in any trouble. But let me say something wrong about the LGBTQ. You know, it's like, it's really distinct. So now let's go back to Ryan. What's his name?
Garcia.
Yeah. Let's go back to Ryan Garcia. He's kind of been tricked into the society where it's an okay word to use. And I'm sure he's got a circle that lets him use it. You know, that lets him use it because...
Yeah, sure. My cousins, like, the ones that I'm talking about, they live in the same area that he's from, like, originally. So they like in the straight desert. So, I mean, I'm not saying, like, that's the only place they're fucking using it, but, you know, that's, I definitely hear, like, fucking appropriated over in those areas, you know.
And this is like when white people are like, why do you guys use it? Why do you use blah, blah, blah? One, I'm like, who's you guys? You know, because you've heard me use the word once, right? Okay. And he was like, when I used the word, he was like, ugh. Because I was mad. I was mad when I used it. I was talking about somebody in particular. So, but when white people are like, why do you use it? I'm like, why do you? Because they say 70% of the hip hop audience is white. Mm-hmm. They're the ones buying these lyrics. They're the ones buying these songs.
Right.
Like, why do you like that word? You're buying it. You know, it's not that individual is selling it, is performing it. But no, it's not going to stick to your headphones. So why is that? And Ryan Garcia, like many other people, I have to realize that that's not the right way. But I'm going to have to find the recording where he said that, because I was like, God, I didn't know he said all that.
Speaking of time heals all wounds,
slavery's over, motherfuckers. Y'all
Dog the Bounty Hunter used the same words.
Yep, he did it too.
And everybody forgot it.
And it's
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
It's when white people use it, white people get mad at them for using it because it affects white people's dollars. And then they put them in a corner, say, stay there for a minute, and then they let them back out later. Black people never get consulted. Like Michael Richards, remember he did that thing in the Comedy Store? Oh, he was...
the Kramer guy?
Kramer guy.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people refer to it as a Kramer thing. I was like, no, that was Michael Richards. Kramer was canceled by this point, the show was over. Michael Richards was on stage at the Laugh Factory, and he wasn't being funny. And some black guys were laughing about how funny he was. He wasn't. And he threatened to lynch him. Like, it wasn't too long ago, we'd run our asses up a tree.
Dang.
Real ugly shit.
And like, you're like, well, was that supposed to be funny or what?
He just went off. And the thing is that, you know, after he had to sit in his corner, it was the week Jerry Seinfeld box DVD was coming out complete all seasons.
Oopsies.
So he fucked up Jerry's money.
Fucked up my money.
Yep. And everybody was like, no, he's not that type of person. He's not that. He's a real nice guy. And 2 years later, he has his own TV show. You know, on CBS. So it's like black people don't even get consulted. So this Ryan Garcia thing, like, we don't like it. I'm gonna take this rare opportunity and speak for us all. It's like, no, we're not a fan of this.
But Coach said that somebody's gonna fuck him up one of these days.
But this is white people gonna handle this the way white people do.
I don't know. He was hanging out with Wiz Khalifa fucking like 2 days later. So.
But see, that's just the thing. There's no passes to the barbecue. There's no, those things don't really exist. You know, but you do have like these individuals who say, "Oh no, it's okay."
But in the words of, I ain't gonna say his name.
Say it.
You don't think the same as the other black men, and other black men don't think the same as you.
I've talked to enough black men.
Yeah, but sometimes when you bring something up to them and you tell them, "What do you think?" You know, if you're emphasizing that you don't like it, they're gonna say, "Yeah, I don't like it either." I'm
influencing them
in a way.
All right.
Because it's only right that they say that they don't like it.
I like to think.
I'm not saying they're cool with it either, but some of them don't make a big deal about it, you know?
Yeah.
I do.
Like, you can call me a beaner. I don't give a shit. You can
I'm
call
not,
me a wetback.
I never call him a
not
beaner.
you. I know. I'm just saying in general. I'm saying people could call me a wetback, a beaner. We suffered too. Our land was stolen. We were lynched too. You know, we went through the same concept, but we don't have we try to like get past it, you know? And I think that it might feel like you're getting set back when you get called that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a step forward. I definitely don't.
But it's a real step. Now you're seeing the real person.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't let it bother you. You should just be like, okay, this is who he is. Cool.
Well, we also have to think about the influences Oh, this is why I don't like Chris Rock. I never liked Chris Rock since he told this one joke. He was like, I love black people, but I hate niggas. You remember the bit?
Yeah,
it's on the Bring the Pain. You know, it's like he gave white people an excuse. He gave white races a voice. You know, you remember on Do the Right Thing where he was like, Prince, Kirby Puckett, and Magic Johnson weren't regular black people. He's like, no, I'm talking about niggas. That was John Turturro's line in Do the Right Thing. It's like, so when Ryan Garcia says stuff like this, it's not just, like, if it was just Garcia, it's like, fine. You know, somebody, like when Jimmy the Greek said his thing about, which I 100% agree with. Remember Jimmy the Greek was like, the reason the black running backs are so good is because they were bred to be that. Like 100%.
Let's not play like genetics don't fucking play a part.
That's Black History Month. Yeah. White people got mad at Jimmy the Greek for spilling their tea. Black people didn't get mad. Yeah. Black people weren't like, hey, that's a lie. We came over here willingly on the good boats. No, it's like, yeah, what he said. It's like white people got mad at Jimmy the Greek for saying the truth, spilling the tea. And that influence had to be shut down immediately. He had to be called a racist. He had to be quashed. Or God forbid we find out more shit. You know, that's and to me that's what this is like shit that needs to be talked about Black History Month. It's like not just like Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks or whatever. Like talk about this shit. You know, talk about like how are we gonna get to the future? How are we gonna get to
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think it's a debate. Like you can't control the people's thoughts.
You can't, but as you've already said, you can influence them. You can influence. You can enlighten.
You can influence your children, your kids,
your circle,
and give them the strength to know that they're gonna face that road like that. You know, like my daughter, bro. I have to get her ready to let her know that every fucking guy that gets near her has no best interest for her. You know what I mean? And I have to influence her to get ready for the world. Mm-hmm. It's not the same, but it is the same because it's causing hate. It's going to destroy my daughter's emotions, her mindset, if she doesn't meet the right guy.
Protection. I 100% understand.
So you protect your circle from in the house.
And I think you influence those around you. You know, you definitely do. You influence those around you, educate, and just say, hey, no, that's not cool. And don't tolerate. Yeah. You know, it's like, that's just, that to me, that's what it is. So this has been NPR podcast. Right? Now let's go on to Shakur's fight this weekend.
That one?
Yeah,
we're gonna start with that one.
Let's talk about a kid that is really good, Abullah Mason.
Abullah Mason.
Yeah.
We'll go to Shakur after.
Abullah
Mason is legit, man. That kid. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I knew he was good, but I was like, let's just play it out.
Because you talked about him a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. I said, let's see where he progresses, and he's getting better and better.
And sharp,
confident,
ready to be like he's almost. It's like he's working to be.
He's about to get built into the next big thing at Top Rank because I saw it happen when they brought him over for an interview, and you could totally tell that Shakur's out of Top Rank, and they're like, okay, we need somebody new, and
he's free agent now, right?
Shakur, yeah.
I don't know how accurate is it. He signed with DAZN.
I heard that too. Oh. I read it, yeah. Very briefly, but I think Abullah Mason is great for what they're.
And he got Shakur's a hell of a fighter. I ain't knocking him, but Abullah gives you what you want to see.
Yep, he's got that extra.
That's the knock on Shakur is that you're bored.
Yeah.
Like truth be told, I missed the fight. And then
when
I sat down to watch the fight, I honestly I was like, coach just watched the highlights. Let me watch the highlights. And I was like, oh, yeah, this. And then I saw his victory speech. And he said, I wasn't good enough, I wasn't good at cornering him. Or he was getting away. It's hard to fight somebody who doesn't want to be fought. I got to get better at that. And I'm like, motherfucker, just don't.
Yeah.
Not now. Just say you beat that dude's ass.
Yeah, you do what I had to do to beat him. That's it.
Yeah, like every time I hit him.
But he's not a risk taker, and that's where Abullah Mason he differs. Is that he is willing to fucking take a risk, and obviously that's what people want to see because that's fucking inspiring, dude. Like, you're in there and shots are coming at you, and you still have the courage to fucking step up and try your fucking best, dude.
Do your job.
Just try your fucking best. It's, at the end of the day, we've talked about this before. It's entertainment, and if you're not entertaining, you're not gonna sell.
Now you know why nobody wants to fight him. It's not that. There's no numbers.
Right. You know, like
his hometown people were leaving before the fight was over.
Dude, I saw that. I was like, holy shit. This is something that's supposed to happen in baseball or football game blowouts.
Yeah.
You know, the seventh inning stretch was started to keep people in the seats and so they can keep selling the concessions. Football games, like people are going to leave in the fourth quarter once the game's decided so they can beat traffic. But in a boxing match, you're supposed to sit your ass in that seat until the decision.
Right.
People want to hear the interviews after.
Yeah. But this time they're like, nah, I gotta.
That's his hometown.
Wow. Jersey. That's
crazy.
So Teofimo Lopez, I listened to two people talk about Shakur. Teofimo Lopez was one of them. That might be it. No. Did he say he wanted to fight him? Because
Teofimo's 140.
Yeah, Teofimo's 140.
What is Shakur again?
135.
135.
And he makes 135 like without, because I think it was 134 something for this fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe
so,
132.
but Teofimo called him boring and said that he's now a $2 million boy or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I want to be valued at $2 million. but that's low. That's very low for boxing.
After he pays taxes, pays his corner, pays everything, yeah, it's a low.
How much? Like, okay.
Well, he's not a corporate.
If I got $2 million for a fight, how much am I taking home?
You're probably going to take about 1.2.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you are, but now you have expenses that are 1.2 worth.
No, me and my wife, we just gonna have a nice little cottage.
Yeah, okay. Maintenance of a house, fucking vehicles.
Just living in California, you can't breathe here without paying.
We're gonna ride bikes. We're just gonna ride.
That's him growing up in Boston, going to the school, all the white kids. Gonna rent a bike.
Maybe rollerblades or some days. But no, it's like I can understand that $2 million sounds great to me, but real bad, especially when any Garcia fight.
You live in California. You live in San Diego, considered one of the most expensive places. How many houses can you buy out here with $2 million? Houses.
I know what you're saying. I know what houses are. Son of a bitch.
Not in this neighborhood.
Not in this neighborhood. And that's a shame. Like, to me, that like Point Loma should be ashamed of itself.
There's like the $6 million the average home. No, we saw some for $3-4 million out here. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I definitely misjudged that. I was way off.
When I was in comedy, I went to a producer's house further up the hill, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're selling, we're moving." I was like, "How much?" $15 million. Yeah. I was like, "Jeez." And you're under an airpad. You're under a flight plan. Like the airport is right there. So I don't know. But aside from that, I could still do a lot. Yeah, I would. In California, 1.2 million, you would still remain a renter. Or have to move east.
Or own 3 bikes.
Yeah.
Because you get around on bikes.
No, but and you're going to be a renter.
You wouldn't buy a Volkswagen, a little white Volkswagen? You wouldn't buy one? Call it White Thunder or something? White Lightning?
I don't understand why he's low-key. What? He's like spilling my tea for some reason. I have a white GTI Volkswagen. I call it White Lightning.
That's a badass car, too.
Yeah.
I love it. I drove it before.
No, you didn't.
What was the other one?
You drove Black Thunder.
Oh my God.
Black Thunder.
You know what that's from?
No.
Okay, it's Major League Baseball, the movie.
Yeah, Pedro Serrano?
The second one. When
I didn't see the second
when
one.
Omar Epps was playing.
You're not a sequel guy, huh?
Nah, not
really?
really.
This one. This was
Yeah.
This was a good sequel. Major League 2 is a good sequel.
Yeah, fuck that.
But instead of Wesley Snipes was doing his action movie shit, and he didn't want to do the second Major.
That's why he didn't come out of it.
So they gave
Willie Mays Hayes
to Omar Epps, and the story was that he kept getting injured doing his action movies off season. So he had a movie with Jesse the Body Ventura, called White Lightning, Black Thunder.
Oh.
So my last car, I called it Black Thunder. And then, when I got White, I was like, "Oh, you White Lightning."
You didn't plan it like that; it just happened, huh?
Hey, providence, provision, manifestation.
Shakur.
So Shakur is garbage as far as as far as watching boxing goes. Like he's not.
It's not the fight you want to show somebody to get them hooked to boxing.
It doesn't. But now listening to Pitbull,
Rolly's somebody else. Pitbull is Isaac Cruz.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Rolly Romero is.
So you were talking about Rolly earlier? Not
I was
Pitbull.
talking
Yeah, because
about-
it didn't sound like Pitbull would say that.
Yeah, for real.
Pitbull won't talk like that.
I thought Rolly and Pitbull were the same person.
No, Pitbull.
On this side.
I guess now
you
Pitbull
have
owns
boxing-
Rolly, but sure.
You have boxing ignorance on this side of the podcast.
It's because Pitbull
And I
fought
love
Rolly.
it. Okay. Thank you for that lifesaver. But what I'm saying, he said that
All Hispanics look alike.
no. Some of you look scarier than others. I'm sorry.
Pitbull look like a fucking Nahua, fucking Aztec god, dog.
He looks like he's exactly where he's from.
And but he broke down Shakur versus Haney, and he said Haney is genetically. He used the word genetically. He's got bad genetics. That's what he said. He said Haney's got bad genetics. He can't move around. He's not, but he's just got bad genetics. Shakur will knock your ass out outside of the ring.
Yeah, definitely.
And I thought that was such a clever
What does he mean by
distinction. If you get into a fight, if you
Fall
mess with him,
asleep.
if you mess with him at a bar out in the streets, you get knocked out because he's so
won't do
strong.
that. No, he won't.
I think
by
he
his-
was talking
he's
about
talking about strength.
he'll pass
He ain't
out.
got no strength, dog.
That's what I was getting.
Shakur's the nicest person you'll see outside the ring.
And that's what he said. And he said inside the ring, he's just gonna
No,
move around.
I think that's been misinterpreted. And he's talking about he'll knock you out like to sleep.
He said, no one says knock you out to sleep.
Yes, that's because
Look at the
I
sleep.
remember that video. He's talking about like he'll knock you out outside the ring. He fucking speaks all funny. He has a lisp.
Yeah, because Shakur don't hit hard and he can't fight. He's not mean.
Yeah, no. I think he's talking about putting your ass to sleep.
He said outside the ring.
Yeah, look for the fucking video.
I'ma look for
I
it.
know.
I'ma-
I know
I'ma
what you're
look
talking
He
about.
probably,
I've
meant,
seen it.
he probably meant people outside the ring go to sleep. They'll get knocked out.
I'll be honest, I used to think Devin Haney was the most boring fighter in the dance sport. But at least Devin Haney tries to knock people out. It's just Devin Haney just has the inferior, genetics, His genetics are beyond horrible with his sloppy legs and his weak body frame and all that stuff, But Shakur, that guy will put anybody to sleep outside the ring. Not inside the ring, because he's the most boring fighter in the history of boxing. And they can say whatever the fuck they want. They can hype him up and all that stuff. But I really feel bad for him because there's no way they can put him on pay-per-view. He can't sell a fight.
But you know who's really good? Abullah Mason.
No, you know what? A fight that I am very upset that I missed. Camarón Cepeda against Giovanni Cabrera.
Cepeda is a potential opponent for either one of those guys.
Yeah.
Really?
I think the easiest fight to make that would be great to get him the championship is that fucking guy that Vaquero just fought. I don't know how to say his name. The Ukrainian
guy here in San Diego.
Yeah.
I know that they met with Shakur's team, Cepeda, to negotiate a fight, but I don't think it went through.
Nah.
No.
That would be a good fight though.
This has been a summer of good fights. So
Talking about good fights, bro. Did you see Amado Vargas against
God.
yes.
Sean Garcia?
Garcia.
Our gym members fight better than both of them fools put together, dog.
Yeah, that was. I've seen better sparring sessions.
Yeah, better sparring at the gym.
Yeah.
It was
With the members.
It was messy. It looked like
And then Amado acted like he won the fucking pound for pound
Championship.
fight after the end of the fight, dog.
Undisputed.
He was on the corner crying and hugging his dad, having an emotional moment.
That's how you know. Like that's how you know. Like if Sean would have been 100%, he would have gotten mad at
he missed weight by 3 pounds.
He missed
It's
weight.
a 3 pound brothers, dog.
3 pound brothers. He's way more skilled than that. I've seen him fight before, dude. Like that's.
Do you think
I don't
his
know what happened to
brother
him.
poured into his camp?
Well, I think
There's something there.
there's something going on, and hopefully
He never looked comfortable in the fight.
No, but he fought overseas one time and he looked good. He looked good. He's I don't know. He looked good to me at least.
Well,
he's got way more than what he showed that night for sure.
and we did neglect to mention that Ryan has checked himself into rehab.
He already checked himself in.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that he was talking about it. I don't know if he actually did it.
Yep. And so now it's just going on. Wishing the best for him. Now, the next fight that I got is until August.
August 3rd,
Is that
Crawford.
Crawford? Yeah, that whole card is
That
stacked.
card's good. I didn't realize that Jared Anderson was on that card.
Jared Anderson.
How did
That's
you
your
get
favorite
on?
fighter, no?
Huh?
That's your favorite fighter?
No.
I thought it was.
I got confused by that because, how does that work? Is he not with Top Rank anymore?
He was supposed to fight Wilder on that card. but Wilder didn't win his last one. That's why he's not fighting on that one. So they replaced Wilder.
So hopefully they matched him up good then.
I hope they matched him up with someone who's hard to hit.
Andy Cruz is on that too. Andy Cruz is good.
That's Andy Ruiz is the fight.
Andy Ruiz is on that.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that one.
I think that is the next good card. Huh? No, is there? There's got to be another one. Well, CC fights on the 20th.
When's he fight?
On the 20th.
On 20th?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not this weekend, but next week.
Next weekend. Looking forward to that. Matter of fact, he's sparring today.
Today, he's just working on defense today, and we're defense drills. The purpose of sparring is for timing and for defense, and we're working on defense today. That's
what, and before we leave, because I want to leave, but I do wanted to share with you guys. Like, Coach pulled me aside yesterday, and gave me some hard notes, and I listened. And so I'm sitting here. I've become a lot of successful things in my lifetime. I was a successful cyclist. I was a baseball player,
comedian.
Comedian. And I was like, how did I become good at those things? What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I'm going to replay that.
I didn't say nothing.
That way you just said reaffirmed what he said. I'm going to replay that.
And as a Jesus Christ, Magz, are we ever friends?
Nerd.
So I had said to myself, how did I become good at those things? What are the steps to take to become a good boxer? And as a baseball player, I could work on individual things: batting individually, fielding, throwing, catching, running. But as a comedian, it was like, you got one thing to figure the fuck out: how to be funny. And I was like, that same
concept.
Concept, but also pressurized.
That's why I did it.
It was like, oh fuck, because now it's like, as a boxer, it's like you gotta learn how to fight.
It's because
how do I learn how to fight? It's
because as fighters, you get complacent and you get real content with what you're doing. So I was watching you work out, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like,
on a Monday, in my defense,
it don't matter. It should be his best on Mondays. No. But anyways, I was watching you work out, and I said, what can I do to help him? And I just pulled you to the side and I said, hey, listen, you're not getting any better. I don't know what your potential is. I don't know what you're trying to do. But I didn't tell you specifically what to work on. I just said, I didn't even say you got to change things. I just said, you got to do something different. And you went and talked to your coach and brought it up. And then to your defense, this morning when I walked in the gym and I seen you doing drills, you looked a lot better. And I was the first one to tell you. And I just woke something up inside me. That's just my job as a coach, is to make sure you're reaching your best potential, Mm-hmm. And what am I supposed to tell you? That you look good every day? No.
But sometimes you can just not say nothing. Just say hi.
Well, I do say nothing. I don't say nothing most of the time.
I know. That hurts.
Right? No, I mean, I stay quiet because I'm watching you work. But if I see you're trying to get somewhere, I got to help you get there.
And I am trying to get
somewhere. And then
somewhere.
the way that you mold something is by grinding it and sharpening it and getting there.
Yep, iron sharpens iron. But my point was, it was like, you're almost training, I don't want to say in panic, but you're learning so many things at once.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I'm so used to learning one step at a time. One step, learn this. You can work on this, but you got to learn all these. You got to keep chin down, move your feet, hands up, all this stuff at the same time. Breathe, fucking breathe. That's my hardest thing.
One of the best compliments, and I told him that today. See, he never talks about the good shit I do. I walked up to him today. I go, hey,
wait, hold on.
Damn,
I said
we gotta,
he gave me a hard note.
We gotta start doing something.
What?
Every time you interrupt, you gotta take a shot or take a fucking punch to the face or something.
You don't drink anymore.
That's what she said. Damn. Or take a punch to the face. Okay.
To the liver.
Yeah. All right,
so I went up to him today. I go, hey, bro, I have complaints about you. He looked at me like his eyes got all big. I said, everybody says that you hit too fucking hard, which is like 4 people told me.
Yeah.
And he looked at me. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I said, it's a fucking great thing, dog, because it reassures me that I didn't think, because when he hit me sparring, I was like, damn. I called him Lenny from Mice and Men because he's so fucking strong. He's so strong, but he doesn't even realize it. Yeah. And the funny part is he doesn't even have the proper technique yet.
Yeah, that's
he's just throwing shots because he's fighting. Mm-hmm. And I want him to start learning how to box. big difference. Fighting and boxing are two different animals.
But like all the other journeys, it's a fun journey to be on. But you just have to realize that it's about learning. I was talking to my coach today, and I was like, this is how I'm going to progress and get better is by focusing on the little things. Journey. The little things
in the journey. Yeah, the little things in the journey.
All
Embracing the chaos.
Embracing the chaos. That's the best advice coaches ever gave me. Embrace the chaos. Because remember, I used to be freaking just panic-ridden.
Because every time we sparred, I was trying to fuck you up, though, but you were always freaking out and every time I got close to you.
Yeah, but now it's like, hey, you're going to get hit.
Low-key, I'm kind of scared to spar you now.
Don't be.
I might go to sleep.
We're just going to hug.
Oh, I love that. Let's do it today.
All right. Well, Coach and I are going to go hug. You guys are going to go like, share, comment, and enjoy and subscribe to this podcast because you love us. All right? We good?
We don't allow them hold. Yeah.
All right. Bye.
This has been a Point and Yell production.
Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.